to Dogwood Pre-K. Today we have a treat for you. We're going to be doing letters and sounds with Miss Wright, Miss Johnson, and Miss Shaw, or Miss Lori. All right, so we're going to start off. This is Allie the alligator. Her letter is A, and she says, ah, ah, ah. Let's take a look at the next letter. Ooh, here's B. This is Bubba Bear, and he reaches up high in the tree for some honey, and he says, buh, buh, buh. And now we have C. Katina Cat. Katina Cat likes to clean her face and wash it, and she says, k, 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 k. She makes it clean. Then we've got D. Deer, and she has these little ears that go up here, and she says, d, 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 d. Then we have Ellie the elephant, and she picks up peanuts with her trunk and says, eh, eh, eh. Now we got Francie the fish, and she swims through the water, and she says, the next letter, my favorite, Gordo Gorilla, and he likes to peel a banana, and he likes to go, gah, 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 or he does this to his chest and says, gah, gah, gah. Now we're moving on to H. H is Honey the horse, and boy is she fast. She is the letter H, and she says, ha, 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 ha. Good job. All right, this is Innie the inchworm. She's the letter I, and she says, eh. And she moves along and says, eh. Oh, it's Jerry the jellyfish, and she says, or he says, j, 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 j. He moves those little tentacles, and he is a J. Then we've got Caillou, the kangaroo, who likes to kickbox, and he goes, k, 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 k. I like that one too. This is Lizzie the lizard, the L, and she loves to sit in the sun, and she's very lazy, and she goes, oh. Now the next letter, oh, this is Missy Mouse, and she loves what? Cheese, lots of yummy cheese. So she puts it up to her mouth and goes, moving on. After M is N. N, and this is a tricky one. N is a night owl. Oh, and he has wonderful eyes that turn all the way around. And so he looks for that mouse, and he goes, He says, Wonder if he'll find Missy, the letter M. Oh, now we're on to O. We have O. O is Allie the octopus. She goes, ah, ah, ah. Okay. And then we have Peter the penguin. Wow, he's a letter P, and he says, pop, 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 pop. Okay, that's P. And now we're moving on to Q. Queenie the quail. She's got fancy feathers, and she says, qua, 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 qua. She's a quiet quail too. Qua, qua, qua. Now we're up to R. Robbie the rabbit, and he loves to jump, and he goes, rrrr. He hops very nicely. Okay, now we're on to S. S is Sammy the snake, and he slithers around, and he goes, he's an S. Ooh, Timothy the tiger, strong, strong like a tiger should be. He says, t, 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 t. Moving on. Letter U, Umber, the umbrella bird. She has an umbrella, top of her head, helps her get the rain away. She goes, Now we're on to V, Vincent the vampire bat. Get those V's ready. Yes, Vincent. W, this is Willie the Weasel. And he says,
Get your wiggles out.
Get your wiggles out, yes. This is the letter X for Xavier the fox. And fox ends with X. And X makes the x, x, x. X marks the spot. X, x. Xavier does that all the time. Now we're on to Y. This is Yancy. Yancy the yak. And she talks on the phone so much. Yee, 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 yucky, yucky. All right. Now we're moving on to Z. Zeke the zebra. And she says, well, she doesn't say anything because she likes to sleep a lot.
Exactly.
She likes to sleep and get her Z's. So Z bends over like this and goes zzz, zzz. And that is the alphabet with all of our animal friends. Thank you.